Why do we get sad about nice things that have happened?
Oh my gosh, this is going to take forever to tidy.
If you've never smelled it, you are missing out. I'm on a tropical beach. Hello again, it is Friday. Just dropped the kids off at school. Mr. J for his last day in year 2. Weirdly has the same teacher next year because they've moved the classes and the teachers around. So he's going to the same teacher, so not that much transition for him. Some different people in his class, they mix the kids up in their classes, so I actually think that's a good thing. It works out quite well. So that's all hunky-dory. And then Mr. E, it's his last day at primary school. So we had his Leavers Festival last night, which actually wasn't that emotional for. I thought I was going to, cry. But I didn't. And it's not me not being made of stone. I think he's just so ready to go to high school and he's so excited. So yeah. And then this morning I was fine. And then we walked to school and I had a vision. I had a vision of taking him to school when he was in reception, which obviously only did for about 6 months because of lockdown. Of pushing the buggy with Mr. J in, who was a baby at the time, a teeny tiny baby, and Elliot holding onto the buggy because he was obviously in reception. They're 4. Elliot's one of the youngest in his year, so you want them to still be close to you. They run off like mad things now. So you would hold onto the stem of the buggy instead of holding my hand because I didn't have hands free, and I had that vision, and that nearly set me off, but then it's still nearly setting me off. I don't really know why. Why do we get sad about nice things that have happened? Why can't we just be like, oh, that was nice? Why does it make us upset? It's weird. But I know there's so much exciting stuff to come. I'm looking forward to a summer of adventures. Just gotta get through the last day. Today is a very much try and get back on track after a crazy week kind of day. And just try and excuse me, have a crumb from my breakfast still lodged in my throat and it's making me cough loads, which is really annoying. So yeah, today is very much a get prepped, ready for the summer holidays, get back on track with stuff that I've just not got around to this week because with year 6 leaver stuff, work has been weird, and just, I don't even know what else. I've just not been able to keep on top of things. I kept thinking to myself, because of the hours that I work, I don't get many evenings to catch up on stuff. So I tend to go straight from school in the morning into work, into school in the afternoon, tea, then into work, and then bed. So Thursday tends to be my kind of catch-up evening a little bit, or even just chill evening, but either way. But because we had the Leavers ceremony yesterday, which was lovely, but I kept thinking, oh, I'll catch up with that on Thursday, and I was like, no, you're not around on Thursday, you're at school. And I don't begrudge going to these things at all. I love them. It's really lovely at the school, put them on, and I love seeing them sing and get awards and stuff. But it's just that remembering that you haven't got that time that you think you have. But I do today, so let's get this started. But first,
Yet his suspicions about her identity were growing stronger.
just cut the birthday balloons off their strings so they can deflate. And I didn't realise this one has just floated up onto the stairs. What are you doing? Why do you look like a... Looks like you're a number 1 or a number 7 then. You're number 7, aren't you? Can you go back downstairs, please, mate? Off you go. Thank you. Bye. Stage 1 of this morning's mission is nearly complete, which is just have a bit of a tidy. We are still coming off the back of multiple birthdays and various other different things. So the house is still quite chaotic because we've not really had the opportunity to do a reset. Not as I think you need to be constantly doing resets. I think good enough is good enough sometimes. I think often we're schooled from Instagram and social media that houses should look immaculate, and realistically they should look reasonably tidy just so you can find things. Clean so you're not making yourself poorly. But they should look lived in, and they should be lived in as well. So I try and find a medium between the two, which I find tricky sometimes because I do quite like a nice sort of sleek looking house. But yeah, it's just a reminder for me as much as for you that it ain't going to look that way when you've got a family, and it shouldn't. And once they've grown up and moved out, gosh, getting a bit sentimental because it's the last day of school, aren't I? We'll miss the mess. I know it doesn't feel like it when we're living through it, but we will. I know I will. I still kind of miss, you know, like when they've been told, I'm not actually that upset. And then it's like something in my brain goes, you're going to well up at this sentence, even though you don't want to. See, I'm fine when I talk, and then I get to say something else, and my brain goes, oh, let's try to throw some tears in there. It's weird. But like, you know, when they're really little and you've got all like the baby toys all over the carpet, and you think, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever to tidy up. There's puzzle pieces, there's stacking cups, there's rings, there's rattles, there's everything. And you think it's going to take forever. And then you're like, I kind of miss those days of putting on like a little tidy up tune and tidying up that kind of stuff. Oh, what am I doing with uniform? I mean, t-shirts, PE t-shirts we could just use for like garden t-shirts over the summer if they want to do some gardening, because they're filthy with sun cream anyway. And the shirts, I don't think we need. I'm sure he was on about using a shirt for something. Obviously he's got his one to sign today. I'm not sure I was going to put them in there for somebody. That is a job for another day. We'll need to settle the uniform. So yeah, stage one is tidying. Then I'm going to go around and not clean every room, but I'm going to try and clean, give each room kind of a clean once a week, and then just stay on top of it in between. But I've not managed to do the lounge conservatory last week or this week, should I say. Oh, just because it's been a mad week and it's also been really hot in there. So I'm going to try and do that. Give the bedrooms a quick clean, although I did those the other day, so they're not going to need too much. I'm going to do the bathroom on the weekend because that's like a mish, and I'm just not in the mood for that today. Yeah, so to get this put away, and that's my next task. House is judged. That took way longer than I expected. It's like 11:30 now. 12 actually. Because it's the last day of term and the last day of primary school for my eldest, a few of us are meeting over the park with the kids after school. So we've all said we'd bring some snacks and drinks and bits and bobs. So I'm going to go and see what I've got that I can take. So we've got loads of sweets left over from the boys' birthdays. I don't know what happened. I buy sweets for them to take to school and for them to take to like Scouts and Beavers, and ordinarily I don't get that many back. This year I've got absolutely loads back. Doesn't make sense. Do they normally take two, maybe, the kids, and this year they've taken one? I don't know. I have to keep bending down to you because you're on charge. I've got a few drinks in the fridge that we can take. I've got the sweets. I'm going to cook off this baguette that I can take with some hummus for the grown-ups. I've got cheese and tomato pizza I can cook off. And then I've got like the box of crisps I'm going to take some stuff out of. We've got some Pringles left over from yesterday. We took a load of food to the Leavers Festival for like a picnic. And then, I don't know, it didn't quite run to plan. So we ended up having like ice cream for tea and then having picnic much later, which was a bit strange. So I've got some olives and like cucumber, which I'm sure the kids are really going to go for cucumber. But you never know, it's hot, they might want it to cool down. That is kind of like already prepped and it's still cool from yesterday's picnic, so I can put that back in the bag. Yeah, let's get these cookie dookie. I mean, right now that's looking like the picnic of a tween boy's dreams, isn't it? Just crisps, Pringles and Haribo sweets and squashes. Any 11-year-old boy is going to dive headfirst into that, aren't they? To be fair, I would. I have the same dietary habits. Left like to my own devices, I would eat like an 11-year-old boy most of the time. Throw in the occasional salad, but I'll be quite happy with crisps and sweets most of the time. I have to rein it in, not for weight purposes, but health purposes. The dream. Somehow it's 2:30. I've spent the afternoon editing, which is good, but it takes a while when I've not done it for a while. And now I need to run around like a mad thing because I've got half an hour before I need to get back to the school. They do a last walk down the drive scenario for the year sixes final. Excuse me, fresh in the toilet, it's just bleach down it. For the year sixes final leaving school, and they sing a song apparently. I've got no idea what song, but that's not going to send me over the edge emotionally at all, is it? Not at all. So now I've just got to like sort the house out, close all the windows, chop up the pizza that I cooked earlier. Couldn't do the baguette because it's actually really out of date. Sort the bags out, get changed because this isn't appropriate to wear the roads between lads over the park, and everything else. So I'm going to get on with it. Final day of school done, and I look like a potato, but we'll roll with potato. I've been Mrs. Potato Head. It was kind of emotional. They all sang a song, which made the kids cry, and I'm just basically like a sponge. If someone starts crying, I start crying. But we were also looking into the sun for the direction we were looking at and singing, so my eyes were watering from that anyway. And then my lad came over to me and he was not massively upset, but he's a bit like me. If people around him are crying, he will cry. So we had some cuddles and then he was kind of okay. And then we went over the park with his friends and us with the parents of his friends. And we had like a little picnic and some sweets and bits of pizza, and everyone bought different bits and bobs, cakes and all sorts of things. Boys played football on the park and in the stream, and it was just really lovely. And it just makes you kind of like appreciate that it is sad, because it's such a lovely group of friends, both from the kids' perspective, but the parents are really lovely as well. We felt very lucky with the school that we chose to have that, really. But it was nice. I'm glad we went over to the park and had that sort of time, and we should try and meet up over the summer. And yeah, and then we've just come back and had takeaway because we couldn't bother to cook. And the boys are very, very tired, so bedtime was a bit of a challenge. I think we're all absolutely shattered after the last few weeks of end of term madness anyway, plus add the year six stuff into that too. But I'm looking forward to the summer. Pretty much held it together. I watched the video of them singing on the drive from a different angle, and you could see them getting a bit more upset, which the getting upset wasn't really the bit that upset me, but they were all hugging each other to like comfort each other, and it's just such a lovely bond. Like, they're all good eggs that support each other very well. It's very nice. Hello on Saturday. I'm having a rare solo moment. Listen to the silence. Although I do get the solo moments on Mondays and Fridays when they're at school. I've come to have my eyebrows and my all right, Gar, calm down, and my hair done today, because I realised it's not all that long until we go on holiday, and one wants to look one's best when one's going on holiday, doesn't one? Feel very, very tired today. I think it's been so busy over the last few weeks, not just with the end of term but with other stuff too, that I've just been running on adrenaline, and that adrenaline yesterday just kind of disappeared and kind of made way for tiredness. So there's a few bits I need to get from the shops while I'm here, and need to get some lunch. Some bits I'd like to do, but I'm not going to get around to those today, I don't think. I've been listening to the Harry Potter I'm on the final book, but I'm struggling a little. It's J.K. Rowling's writing just doesn't engage me massively, so I've started listening to the audiobook in tandem with reading the book as well, because the audiobooks have just recently become available on Spotify, but they are now narrated by Stephen Fry, so they're really interesting to listen to. And they've got this really good facility where when you're reading the book and you want to go back to the audiobook, you can scan where you are using the camera on your phone, and then it will find the appropriate page on the audiobook, and then vice versa. You can, if you've listened to the audiobook and you want to find that page in the book, you just scan it, keep going through, and it'll say this is the page you need to start from, which is really, really clever. And that's just helping me get through it a little bit quicker because I'm struggling. So top tip, if there's a book you want to read but you're kind of struggling, either for time, like I've had it on while I've just been driving, so it's kind of like, you know, I can't read and drive at the same time, so it's making good use of time, or just because you're just struggling with it. Some books you do, but you still might want to finish them. Right, I'm melting in the car, so I'm going to go and explore. I am back. So blinking busy in there. I kind of get it when it's raining or when it's really, really hot, because like a bit of shade and aircon, but it's quite a pleasant day outside from what I can understand. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's not raining, but it's rammed in the shopping centre. So busy, almost like not quite Christmas busy, but not far off. People aren't really spending, they're just meandering and just getting in everyone's way. And I had my eyebrows done, had someone different this time, and it was a bit of a comedy of errors. I think she's done a good job. They look nice. I've had them tinted and waxed and trimmed, because apparently my eyebrows now are quite, it's a bit dark, isn't it? A bit sparse, but grow super long. Hey, we've got some light back on again. But I've got a little bit where she's nicked me there, and then I had like some dye here, and then she had to put some dye remover on to get the dye off, and then she did that, it all dribbled down my face. So that was interesting. Hey, even more light, look at this. I also got stuck trying to try a dress on, so I got some bits. Everywhere's in sale at the moment, which is great, and I just need a few extra bits for holiday. Nothing major, I've got most of the stuff, but a few extra bits. And I saw a nice red dress in H&M, and I thought, I don't really need that, but I'm trying some other stuff on, so I'll try it on at the same time. Yeah, I just about managed to get on. It wasn't so much that it fitted perfectly. It wasn't that I was trying on a size that was too small for me. It just had, it was linen, and it had just about enough elastic in it to get it on, but to try and then get it back off again, it was like the elastic was in the wrong place for the stretch to get it over your boobs. I did think I was going to have to ask a member of staff to cut me out of it at one point, and it was also at the point where I'd just had a coffee to try and wake me up a little bit. It did not work, but the coffee had kind of given me a hot flash. So I was already hot and bothered, having a hot flash, and then got stuck in a linen dress in a changing cubicle. So that was fun times. I've had my hair done, which feels very nice and fancy. It feels very me, this length and this colour and this kind of style, which is nice. And then I spent a fortune on like sun cream for holiday, after sun. I also got, I'll show you what I got. I'm doing this now because the boys are going to be at home, and it will just be mayhem when I get home. Got a fake tan mitt. It's a glow one from Boots. You have to bear with. The light's gone again. The lights don't work in my car, so yeah. Got the kids Boots Sultan spray. They'd probably be okay with the stuff that we use, but I never know how sensitive their skin is, so I always tend to go for that. And then we've got Pisbuin, because Pisbuin is the smell of summer holidays. I'm sorry, it just smells absolutely divine. If you've never smelled it, you are missing out. I'm on a tropical beach. I am on a tropical beach. I've used that literally since my first abroad holiday to Tenerife when I was 17, I think I was 17. First time I ever went abroad, and I bought that sun cream because I'd seen it in magazines and it was what the fancy people used. So I bought that, and it's just the smell of summer holidays to me. Smell of going abroad. Some Hawaiian Tropic After Sun. This also smells divine if you've not smelled this. This is more like pina colada kind of vibes. So I think this one's really nice, like tropical beach for the day, and then pina colada for the evening when you kind of after sun in. So I've got the Pisbuin in I can get everything but the one I want. 50, a 30, and I've got another 50 somewhere. I've got another Pisbuin and another sun cream, because we'll use them in the UK as well anyway. I thought I'd try this fake tan because my arms got a bit of colour to them. Part of my legs have. Because I've been like sitting down in the sun, the top of my thighs are quite nice and brown, my feet are brown, and then my calves are painfully white on my stomach area, because I don't really get that out. I don't really walk around, my tummy out is just milk bottle white. So I just want a bit of colour on me for when we like let it all hang out by the pool. So I've tried some Bear by Vogue Williams. I saw someone try this and they seemed to think it was quite good, so I'm going to give that a shot and see how we get on. Streaks Ahoy, bottle of water that I was supposed to drink, that I've not got around to, although I did have a big glass of squash at the hairdresser's. Fork left over from, I always get a spare one when I get lunch out and about, just in case I drop it on the floor, which I did not drop it on the floor, so now I have a spare fork. A couple of hand sanitizers just to go, it's upside down for God's sake, a couple of hand sanitizers just to go in the cabin luggage. So aeroplanes are just germ fests, aren't they, just to keep us nice. Fussy refill for me and for Mr. Elliot, because he uses the same. With me, I use men's deodorant because it just smells so much nicer than women's. Women's is sweet and sickly and I don't like it. I prefer the smell of men's deodorant. I don't want to smell like a flump. And no offence to people that do. I think it depends on your pH and just like your body, because so I've noticed, especially now I'm getting older, like with hormones and stuff, certain scents just don't work well with my pH. And there was a shower gel I've used recently and it just made me smell like I had BO when I didn't, just because it was reacting with the pH of my skin and making me smell really weird. I've got some bits from, smells close up, got some bits of clothes as well, but I can't show you those in the car. But I also got treats. It's kind of a treat. It's the perfume that I use the Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Toilette. I get the big one because, again, this is like a reminiscent thing. I went holiday with Mr. H to Gran Canaria in the early 2000s and I bought a bottle of that in the big format at duty free and fell in love with it, and then for ages couldn't figure out what it was. I ran out of it and went on to other perfumes and then couldn't figure out what that one was, because I'd only kept seeing like the little bottle of Mademoiselle. I'm standing on something, bear with me, that's okay. Then I figured out what it was, and I got some when we went holiday last year. I got some from duty free and I was hoping it would last so I could buy it from duty free again this year, because it kind of feels like a nice holiday tradition and it's a bit cheap because you're not paying VAT, but it's run out and it's my signature scent. So I needed to get some more, and I did have some Boots vouchers, so at least that helped. But it's been quite a spenny day. Hair, eyebrows, lunch was reasonably cheap. I just got like a pasta salad thing, and then clothes that I wasn't necessarily intending on buying, but I did need some bits just to bolster my summer wardrobe, and I will show you those at some point. Yeah, right, I'm gonna go and drive home and calm down from getting stuck in a dress. Sunday morning and the boys, excuse my voice, are both, wardrobe's possessed. The boys are both out swimming with Mr. H. And I could be using this time to sit and read my book or do a bit of writing or be creative, but instead I'm catching up on housework. I really wish that I could be more chill with it, and I'm not like Mrs. Hinch style, I'm not like Zoe flowing every worktop and whatnot, but like putting a load of washing away, putting a load of washing on, hoovering because our carpets get filthy in the space of about 0.2 seconds. Just going to go and give the bathroom a clean because I like to clean it weekly. If you've got young boys, you'll know you can almost do it every day. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. I'm just going to get changed because in the same way I don't bleach in Beyonce, I'm not bleaching in my newish pyjamas. Tuesday and I look so dishevelled. Mr. E had another kind of settling in session, I keep calling that, but that sounds like nursery. High school induction day, but it's like a fun day thing today. So we went to that this morning / this afternoon. So I had a bit of time with Mr. J. So I thought he wanted to go to the park, but then he told me that I'm not as much fun as his big brother at the park. So we decided to do some crafting and play some games and stuff, which I guess is nice for him because I'm kind of more inclined to let him win, whereas Mr. E being 11 is kind of quite competitive, so it doesn't always work out that way. And 7-year-olds just need to win sometimes, even if they do cheat. It's just good for their self-esteem, but then 11-year-olds also need to win for their self-esteem, so it becomes a bit of a battle sometimes. So that was quite nice. And then it's work for me at the moment, so I've not long got off a meeting, and it's the first time I've logged in this week, so there's quite a lot of emails. Yeah, that working mum juggle. I've managed to do a bit of housework today as well, but still, like, time is elusive. As his foundation saying on my face, apparently.
Later on today, I'll be here. Good luck with that stallion!
I am struggling a little bit today. Biggest has got... It's kind of come down with something just niggly. Not really surprised considering how much has been going on recently. And I feel like I've got a little bit of it too. I'm fighting it, but it's a bit achy legs. It's been a bit bleh. So we've had a day at home today, done some, like, you know those kits people buy you for Christmas and birthdays for the kids, like craft kits, science kits. We've got some of those dig excavation kits and we've started doing them. But I always want to do them in the garden because they're quite messy and getting the right kind of weather conditions in the garden where it's not wet, it's not too sunny. It's kind of once in a blue moon, so I've gone out and done those today, or a bit of them anyway. And then we had some nice chats over lunch actually, which was quite nice. Excuse my nails, I need to paint them. I painted them yellow a while back and it's properly stained them. Kids have done some switch while I've tidied and cleaned the lounge. I'm trying to just stay on top of things a little bit over the summer so I haven't got like a major catch-up session come September, because I'm very aware that I'm not going to get a chance to do much of my midlife crisis stuff over the summer. However, if I'm not careful, I won't get a chance to do it in the autumn either because I'll be too busy going, why did I not dust these cobwebs? Which is something else, and my mind's gone completely blank. Oh, ordered name labels ready for September for the uniform. And some other stuff I can't even remember. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit meh. I'm having, I'm working. I'm having to kind of give myself a bit of talking to because I could just quite easily just like,